On Friday, Trump ordered the firing of a statistician at the Labor Department for the temerity of reporting bad job numbers and higher unemployment. In Trump world, apparently, when the facts aren't to your liking, you fire the messenger. Well, you can expect the blame gear is about to kick into high gear. I told you recently about a stunningly bad polling that showed the president at historically low approval ratings for overall job performance and his handling of issue after issue, including the signature ones his supporters credited with his election victory. Well, new numbers are out, and they not only confirm voter dissatisfaction, but they give added detail to why things are going from bad to worse for the Donald. On the economy, Americans are struggling financially, struggling with both debt and the rising cost of living, according to a new poll conducted by the Morning Consult for Century Foundation. Respondents blame the Trump administration and corporate interests for worsening economic outlooks for working families. 3 out of 5 Americans blame the White House for driving up their cost of living. Roughly the same number said Trump had a negative impact on grocery prices. Nearly 80% of Americans, including surprisingly 70% of Republicans, fear Trump's tariffs will increase the price of everyday goods. The survey also found that more than 6 in 10 Americans said it's become more difficult to find a good-paying job, to buy a home, and to afford child care. 83% said they were concerned about the price of groceries. Half are worried about being able to pay their rent or mortgage, and 2/3 are concerned about being able to afford an unexpected medical expense. Americans also fear things are getting worse broader on an economic level, with 3 in 4 polled saying they fear a looming economic recession. Another poll gauged American sentiment on Trump's big, beautiful bill since its passage. The numbers overwhelmingly show the public that opposed the legislation from the very beginning, well, they're up in arms over the cuts to Medicaid, leaving more than 15 million without health care, shuttering rural hospitals and nursing homes. The public also made clear they hated the tax cuts to the wealthy, to the decimation of Medicaid that will finance it, and the additional nearly $200 billion for immigration enforcement. In fact, in just the past year, from candidate Trump to President Trump, the numbers have been jarring when it comes to public sentiment on the subject. In 2024, 55% of Americans told Gallup that they thought immigration should be decreased. That concern went 55 to 30% this year after they saw Trump's approach on the issue. And a record high 79% of American adults told pollsters that immigration is actually good for our nation. That same survey found that 62% of Americans disapprove of Trump's immigration policies that he's about to put on steroids, driving our country into further debt against American opposition. These numbers, and I know there's a lot of them, what they do though is they confirm that a budget that hurts the working class while rewarding the rich, guts health care for folks that can least afford it, skyrocketing our national debt in the process, and doubling down on an unpopular and legally suspect immigration policy, these things weren't just terrible legislation, it's also terrible politics. Now, the president threatened skittish Republicans who knew better on the Hill to go along if they wanted to get along. Unlike Trump, who won't be on the ballot next November, these timid souls will own this economy, his policies, and his perverted priorities when the midterm voters go to the polls. As they say, you reap what you sow.